All right, all right, all right. Do you hear me? Stop capture. Camera fuzzy. Oh well. Let's pop open. Wait, all right. Gonna be a busy week. Busy week. Love you, Mom. Hope you're having a great start to your day! Exclamation point. All right. So basically, just have today, Tuesday, and Wednesday to finish June. Um, should be enough time. We're already well into the rigging on our avatar here. Uh, in June. I think that the ears need shadow or a little bit more depth just because they look very plain at the moment. So I think if we play up ambient occlusion or something just to get a little bit more detail in there. Or maybe even I'll go to the high poly version, like that sculpt. Um, some detail just to make it look really nice. I would require smoothing out the low poly version, most likely. Might be a little extra. Now, I was working on a back tattoo design. I'm a little unsure if that's the direction I want to go. But we're definitely in the rigging stage. So, finish rigging. Body and face. Oh, got the fizz bones set up. Those are working pretty well. No clipping. Right out of the gate, no clipping, which is awesome. It's amazing how much bullshit I had to deal with getting clipping to work for Alma, that witch character I made. So much clipping. Uh, what a pain. uh, Now the pocket texture, I either need to remove the pocket. Yeah, let's see. Pocket texture. I think either way, I might remove this mesh. It's here, the little bump. So that is actual geometry extruded. I don't know. I don't think I need it. Oh yeah, and then we wanted to do skin normals, which I think I'll do first because that sounds like a nice start. So what does that mean? So basically, for the body, I wanted to use our RGBA color masking, which will default all these to 0. And in this mask, we'll plug in our body mask, merge that. And then in the colors, we'll just turn this off. But in the normals, we want to use texture we can tile. So here, let's see. What do we have? Noise, something like this. Sort of noise. Let me find that texture, duplicate it, move it out to our character here. I'll say blue noise 1. And the cool thing about having a black and white image is we can actually mark it as a normal map, create from grayscale, which is very useful. Then back to the body, drop this in here. Intensity of 1, just to see it. And we want to do stochastic sampling and tile this maybe 15 times, more than that, 35 times, 50. So it's clearly too much, too intense. It's also not perfect. Maybe let's go 100. All right, now we get this very, very fine texture. And then we can turn down the intensity to like 0.1. So now, up close, there is actually skin texture, which is cool. We do want to make sure blend with base is enabled. But I feel like that adds a lot of detail. Maybe just slightly more intense, 0.2. I wonder how that shows up in VR. If it doesn't show up at all in VR, we may tweak it. Let's set it to 80. A little bit bigger. All right, but nice skin texture across the body. Do you want to see where it intersects on the tile? Pretty well. Some bad spots. I don't know. I feel like that adds a lot. Okay, so let's leave it there. The hair keeps changing color because of an option set to make it change color, as you may expect. All right, let's take a look at the rigging now. Skin normals, those came out well. Oh, time to sit down. Oh. Where did we leave off with the rigging? I think almost everything's done. Mouth's moving. Dang. The eyebrow does not influence the skin beneath it, which is a problem. So let's go ahead and go in here, tab, L, separate. Isolate these. And white paint. So yeah, let's just need that, 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 that. And okay, I got confused. Should not be on both sides. Or it should be married. But it should be married based on topology. Perfect. I think I need to make more resolution for these. Anyway, what's that look like? A little much. All right, much better. If there's any changes I need to do to the hand, I should do them now. I guess I could always separate the hands. That should work really well. All right. Okay, I think that's good for now. Let's go ahead and bring in the face rigging for our characters. So I'm going to open up our text editor. We're going to go to our avatar Shiloh, I believe. He definitely has the script. We'll copy this. Actually, I believe that. I believe it's this one. No, I don't want that one. I don't want that one because it doesn't quite. We do have this one. So let me copy that one. And we'll go to June. Say scripts. I should actually put this folder in the Blender folder. Makes the most sense. Oh well. Save that. Perfect. Excuse me. Sorry to sniffle. Ah. So now what we need is the animation. So we'll do File, Append. I'm going to go up into our AI avatar. Layout. This is actually where we should have put everything. Bam. Perfect. You can open up Shallow. Name this June. This will be text. There we go. All right. All right. So now it's time to rig. Gonna create a vertex group called mask. Sign this. Mask. Hair. All right. I'll just make it a little bit easier to see what's going on here. Good morning, Zoom. Hello. Hello, hello. How's your day going? Off to a good start, I hope. And happy Monday. Off to a start of the week as well. Going rather well. That is good to hear. Hope your weekend was just as good as mine. It was good. It was good. Got in the pool. Got to hang out with some friends. So all in all, going well. It was going well. It's getting very warm in Texas, though. Very, very warm. Oh, a sub. Thank you, Zoom. Much appreciated. Keep getting this annoyed reminder. Hey, thank you for the sub, Zoom. Much appreciated. No more ads for you. No more ads for you. Get those out of here. Get those out of here. Thank you. I had already subbed, but it kept telling me remind everyone of your stream. Well, I appreciate you doing so. That's fun. And rig the hair. And just a heads up, Thursday and Friday and next Monday, I will be gone. I'll be traveling. Just gonna go visit some family for a little bit, but I'll still be here for most of the week. Just a heads up. Yeah, sad day. Yeah, it should be fun. Um, it'll be good. Hall. All right, let's look up the Visemes. I never want to look up the Viseme reference. I don't know why. I'm always like, I don't want it. I want to do this. But absolutely should. In fact, I'm going to. We might actually just save this. All right, but this is what it looks like. Put that. Going to start the commission for my new character in earnest this week. Heck yeah, got some sketches, got some ideas. Very cool. I'm looking forward to seeing those. It's always exciting to be bringing a new idea or character to life. That's the fun part. That's the fun part. All right. That looks good. And we'll do f. F. That's good. Gonna start the commission. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Very true. I told artists to go nuts and design their own imagination of the base design I had made. So cool to see what people come up with. And one in particular was just amazing. Hey, that is awesome. That is very cool. The realization of an idea. Of an idea. It's a weird one. Oh, this is the. The. Just need to see the bottom teeth a little bit. Nice. And then 90. D. D. Might need to smooth this part out on the lip. Definitely need to smooth it out in the texture. All right. 100 is okay. Okay. So we're doing now for expressions. Correct. Correct. So yeah, we're making the vicemes, which are the sound shapes. Yeah, we're just kind of getting those set up properly. It's pretty fun. I like it. Takes a while to do this every time. I would say there's like some ways to speed this up, but for the most part, it's like the same amount of work every time. Maybe I'm saying I wish there was a faster way. Never did know how that worked. Yeah, you just make like a little alphabet basically, and then it based on the audio sound that you're making. VRChat analyzes the your microphone. It goes, oh, it's probably this vowel shape, and then it works surprisingly well. Maybe not surprisingly, but it works well. So you set up positions for specific sounds, and then it knows how to cycle through them. Well, right now I am creating an animation clip, but in Unity it'll be a set of blend shapes. So there'll be a blend shape for each mouth position or mouth shape. Sometimes it's also a good opportunity to go in and make some tweaks to the weight painting. Oh, I see. Maybe even geometry itself. And then you can also create expressions as well, anger, sadness, that kind of thing. I'll be getting my eye and mouth tracking in soon. Oh, very cool. So the new character will actually get a mouth to make use of it, but I never knew it needed so much manual setup. I always thought you loaded in a library or something. Well, I have set it up so that I can uh, start with an animation, which is a nice like base starting point. But since every character's face is different, it does always need a little manual polish. Um, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. Let's move this over a little. But that's cool. You're getting eye and mouth tracking. What kind of headset will you be using for that? So we do that. Still an index. Gotcha. Getting some special third-party hardware for a friend of mine will 3D print some parts to connect them. Oh, interesting. I look forward to the day that face and eye tracking are all built in, or like a standard feature. Uh, maybe the with the Quest 4. Oh, snap. Here. Get the teeth. Man. I need to do some touch up on the teeth at some point. For now, I think it's fine. Could use some work. Same. Looks good though. 130 will be end. Oops. Mike. Roger. I need to work on the weight painting in the corner of the mouth a little bit. What exactly is going on? Or actually just smooth out the geometry there. Feels a little odd. $150. Ah. Um. Uh. Find that for the vowel sounds, it's usually best to over exaggerate them. Otherwise, they don't open up enough in VR chat. Kind of reminds me of being a dentist. Well, I shouldn't say it reminds me. Makes me feel like a dentist. I certainly have never been a dentist, but virtual dentist, exactly. Your virtual teeth look just fine. Whew. Excuse me. Almost done. Oh. And then, ooh. Oh. Ooh. Perfect. Nice. Oh. Excuse me. All right, now for some expressions. So we're looking for some angry expressions. Bam. And then this one, probably happy. Yeah. What I need to remember is we want to make a custom blink. Because unfortunately, without it, the blinks are weird. Let's go to 10. You want to do eyes closed? All right, I guess that makes sense. 30 is sad. In actual expression. All right. There we go. Something like this. Oh, that's funny. I think the rotation there is a little odd. What's interesting is how just like a little tweak of the eye shape can really help. Like the little smaller points. Interesting to know how much an actual eye, how much the little eyelids shift in an expression. 240 fusion. Should include the ears a little. That would look really good, I bet. Not a bad call at all. I think I'll have to do that in Unity, but I should write that down. That is definitely a good idea. Get the little ear movement to go down. I just don't want to do. I'll have to do it with a bone because I want to make the ears physicsable. So I'd have to use a slightly different method. Physicsable. 140 is confusion. I kind of like this one. Seeing as they more elven ears and not animal ears, movement should probably be rather minimal, but would surely add a lot of character. 100%. I do think that in VR chat, or I maybe just with 3D and like stylized characters, it's like having a little bit of uh, upping that visual impact can make a huge difference. Because I think it's a lot harder to have. It's not a lot harder, but body language comes off a little bit differently in VR chat. Um, so you kind of have to focus more on visual expression. And I think I will be adding some like effects as well, where it's like stars for excitement or like a little confusion symbol. Does this look like confused? That might be a little much there. Oh, it's fun to mess with though. All right, so there's one. Then 250 is shock. That one was confusion. And this one should be like shock. Anime shock. Oh, I should change the iris size too. That would help a lot. Hello, Modisem9960. Welcome to the stream. Are you using your own rig? I use an add-on called AutoRig Pro that helps generate rigs. It's a paid add-on, but it creates a nice full control rig for my character. So I got like everything kind of ready to go, and helps export it to Unity, stripping out everything that's unneeded, doing a lot of stuff. Definitely recommend checking it out. I like talking about AutoRig Pro, but for now I'll leave it at that. It's a good add-on. Well, are you an avatar creator yourself? Heck yeah. Well, that's awesome. I'm currently doing avatar work like full time, and it's a blast. I love it. I think it's my favorite career so far. I'm good at modeling noodle rigging. Gotcha. Yeah, I found that rigging just has a lot of subtle and silly problems that you encounter. There's just a lot of aspects to it. There's like, why is this even a problem? And yet it is. I am, yes. Yeah. And I freelance most of my work. And right now I'm kind of trying to make more products, but currently I do commissions um, pretty much full time. Full time ish. You got a side hustle? That's true. I don't have a side hustle. So yes, full time. I bought a course from P2 Design. You know him? I don't know of that avatar. I've probably seen it though, but I don't know of it off the top of my head. But that's cool. Working from a base avatar is definitely a good place to start, especially for learning like rigging and just how the model is supposed to go. Start this from scratch. Something a little bit more direct. He's a YouTuber. Okay. A YouTuber. Gotta be careful scrolling through this. It's more of a smirk. There's a lot of variation here. Might be quite a good project for yourself, Sam, making your own course. Oh, gotcha. My apologies. I thought it was referring to a base avatar. Where can I check your work? So I have my own website, which I just started putting together, um, which is samdutter.com. I just put up one avatar there, and then, but it's still kind of at the beginning stages. And then most of my work I've kind of posted here on my ArtStation. So I'm slowly transitioning from my ArtStation to uh, my own website. But yeah, selling courses not a bad idea at all. There's definitely a lot I feel like I could teach. So maybe I will give that a shot. Or I should give that a shot. Good stuff. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of it, I still have a lot more to post. And this is what my current avatar is looking at. So the one I'm working on right now, this is her right here. I'll be putting her up for sale sometime soon. Which has come together quite well. Really enjoying how her reflective materials are working. So yeah, hoping to have her done in a day or two, and then up for sale. And she got the color changing hair, eyes. You can change the color of the clothes. Fun stuff. Her reflective materials. She's very reflective. Let's come off. I feel like this isn't quite flirty in the right way. Lelouch. Lelouch. Man, that's an anime I've heard about in a while. Too much of a too much. I think it's the eyes. Eyes are a little too intense. That's a bit better. And then the eyebrows, much. I just don't want it to be too subtle. Excuse me. Can I take your opinion on my last character? Yeah, you're welcome to send a screenshot of your character if you'd like. Yeah, that feels a little bit more free without it being kind of over the top. Might have to go back and tweak it again. 270. To 80. Heck yeah. Very cool. Yu Zong, arcane style. Okay, I'm not familiar with the character, but this looks quite good. Definitely hand painted vibe. I'd say this is definitely good. I think you're learning a lot of the right things, and you're heading in a good direction. Very, very solid work. Very solid work. Good job, Madison. It's always satisfying to make something. Going for arcane style. Yeah, I've always personally I struggle with the hand painted style. I prefer more of a I don't know. I don't know. Wouldn't know how to describe it, but um, I like to rely a little bit more on like shaders and things like that. But I'm always impressed with hand painted. I envy hand painted. All right. I think we're pretty much good. 290, look up. Turn a wireframe for a second. Up. 290, look. 300, look down. Perfect. $310, look left. Right. Perfect. And then 30. Very fun. All right. So that worked very well. Very exciting. So I think we want to go ahead and save this now. Boom, boom. 10. And we'll call this face rig. Save. Then we're going to take our model and actually go ahead and close Chrome now. Move this over here. Do you not need any tweaks for the rig after parenting it? Sometimes I'll need to change things. Yeah, so if I go in and like delete certain things, just want to hide that. Like I went in and I made changes to the position of the teeth and the lips and stuff. Um, so you can always go back and tweak that. It gets a little confused sometimes. You just got to be very careful, especially once you make blend shapes or shape keys. That's when things get really tricky because you have to make sure pretty much all your work is done until you do shape keys. So we're getting to that point. Hopefully we don't break too much. But what we're going to do now is apply the shape keys. I made this little custom script that will take the animation that I have on the rig and then turn it into shape keys body. We'll go ahead and apply that animation. Take a look at our shape keys. Perfect. Those all look quite good. We're going to unpin them now, or whatever this is. Lock. Back here. And export with AutoRig Pro. I could definitely talk a lot more about AutoRig Pro. I love it as a program, as an add-on. It saves me a ton of time for rigging. If you ever use Mixamo for rigging, it's like that, but for Blender. Is the add-on getting the bones right always? No, you definitely still need to set them up manually. And if you want to do stuff like make the ears have physics or the breasts or butt or a tail, something like that, there's definitely still a lot of manual setup. But it just does a lot of things that save me time. I think if you're just kind of getting into rigging, learning how to do it from scratch is the right way to do it. If you're just getting into it, so you know what you would be working with once you have AutoRig Pro. So I definitely think that it's not quite beginner friendly in terms of rigging, um, because you should learn how to do it from scratch before you get into this. Because otherwise, it may just be more confusing to jump straight into it. Because rigging, especially once you start adding shape keys, making edits to things gets harder and harder. Yeah, here we go. Look, we got our. Look, you're a little too bumpy up close. Too bumpy. The link looks good. We'll have to undo the eye movement. So you're not 100% relying on it. No, I definitely there are some things I'll do that don't rely on it, but it just saves me a lot of time in making a skeleton. Um, so it's like when you're first making an avatar from scratch, you pretty much always have to make the bones and then start with there. But it's a lot harder to test a skeleton without like being able to manipulate it well. And I think that's where Auto Rig Pro really comes in. It's because it gives you like when you want to move the leg, you can just go in, grab the leg, and move it around. You're like, oh, okay, things are working well, yay. Um, Whereas if you're just doing it one bone at a time, then you can only move one bone at a time. So anyway, it just saves some time in my opinion. All right, so some changes to the mouth texture are needed. There's this harsh transition, and then it's not dark enough inside the mouth. I need some shadows in there. What if your character has a cape? For a cape, um, so yeah, if I go into my rig here, I have created these custom bones for like the butt and breast, and it'd be the same way. So there's a certain configuration to like name them, um, but and you just want to make sure you're attaching them to the correct set of bones. Um, but in order to add custom bones, you have Auto Rig Pro wants you to do it a certain way, but exporting them's easy. And I've made characters with capes before using Auto Rig Pro. It's not too bad. Why can I see through that? But yeah, capes, capes aren't too bad. You know, just a lot. You need multiple sets of fizz bones, but it's nothing crazy. Normals, I guess. Yeah, I think we'll have to flip those. No, Edna from Normals would not, or from Incredibles not approve. You wear a cape. Yeah, I've done capes, skirts, and things like that, and those all work well. But AutoRig Pro does have a want you to set them up in a way that's a little bit different than you would normally expect. But they have documentation and stuff like that, so you can always go and review what they expect. So the gum line is a little up. I think we'll want to make sure that's flattened. Yeah, right here. Do boom point 2SZ0. Just make sure the gum line is straight. So yeah, right there I'm making edits to the mesh once it's rigged. I would say that the number one thing you want to be doing while working in Blender while making an avatar is just making backup copies. So what I do is I do file, save copy, and you can see I have like this is the file that I always work in, and then I just make backup copies as I go. So every big step. So I added the clothes. Now I unwrap them. Each step I kind of make a new copy of the file, and that way I can always go back at any point that I need. I would say that's probably what saved me and helped me the most out of anything working on avatars is just making sure I have a nice set of saves. I think of it like Dark Souls. Those are my bonfires. It's a bad question because of a gray area. How do you price your work? I don't mind talking about that. That is totally fine, especially if you're looking to um, get into the business. Uh, so I think that best way to approach. Uh, oh, hey there, Coin. Welcome. Hello, hello. Uh, Never feel like prices should not be talked about. Absolutely, I think there's no need to be hesitant about it. It's healthy to discuss it. But basically, how I view it is time. However long it takes you to make an avatar, you want to put a an hourly rate, right? So I think like you want to think about it in terms of minimum wage. It's like at the very least, minimum wage or whatever hourly rate you want. It should at least be minimum wage that you're charging for yourself, whatever it means to work like at Starbucks or some other job in the world where you're like, okay, if I worked a normal job, this is how much I'd expect to make. Just start there at the minimum wage and then go, okay, it's going to take me 40 hours. So 40 times minimum wage, but equals that amount. Minimum wage is 7.25 here. Yeah. And, some places it's kind of low. And, but the very least, or work back from your monthly expenses. It's like, okay, it takes me like my rent or whatever is $1,500 a month, you know. So in a month, I have 160 hours. Let's say 100 is what you'd want to get to. So 1,000 divided by 100 means you should be charging at least $15 an hour for every hour of your work. So first step is knowing how long something takes you, then knowing how much money you would need to make to live, which is an important part, and then charge accordingly. And I would say I would 100% encourage that if you aren't finding work, to just get a job that supports you, that's not art related, and just work on your art until you can get the work at the rate that you should be paid to survive. Um, this is gonna, I know I'm ranting now or going in depth here. The one thing that really screwed me over when I was first starting at out is I would charge really low and it would take me much longer. I'd be like, oh, like you want a drawing? Okay, perfect. I don't know what price. I'm gonna say $100. And it's like, okay, $100 is good if you put in like 8 hours or less. But if it takes you 40 hours, you're working for pennies at that point. And That's where I think a lot of artists starting out really hurt themselves because they can't actually. It's literally the math doesn't support you. Um, you're not making enough to live on. If you can't make enough to eat to live, then definitely that always comes first. Your health always comes first. Anyway, that's my rant. I don't mind answering more questions about that, uh, but I do feel that your your ability to survive comes first and be healthy. But there's my rant. We need to smooth this out here. Hey, no problem at all. I certainly wish you well on your journey of becoming uh, a freelancer or doing this kind of work. It's very fun. I love doing it. And I think in the space of VR and VR chat, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for artists moving forward. Yeah, it's interesting to see like a platform start to get more of like an economy around it. Specifically referring to VR chat here. I think that's really good. It's a good sign. It's like rather than having to be reliant on a company giving you a job, you can just find a platform where you can provide value. And that could be Second Life, that could be VR chat, any platform that allows you to upload custom content. And there's people looking for custom content. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity in the future. All right. That looks pretty good. Let's tweak the textures now. I think we want to get the mouth looking a lot better. Do you sculpt your characters or do you do poly modeling? Wow, that was funny. We need to tweak this one. Let's get the textures working right first. Um, Most of the time, I start from poly modeling because I have my own base avatar to start with. Um, so that saves me a lot of time. I don't like starting from just like a, a sphere or a cube. I like having a base model just ready to go. I think that saves a lot of time. But poly modeling is where you're just pushing around vertices, like you're making that cage, and then sculpting is like you do an actual sculpture uh, um, where you're not worried about the amount of polygons, and then you do a process called retopology, where you lay then you polymodel over your sculpture. Basically, for some people, it works out faster where they sculpt in the details to know where everything's going to be, um, and kind of get as close to the final look as they can with just sculpting, and then you can go. Then they do retopology. You can sculpt without adding more polys. I think in terms of game design, it's that you wouldn't bring a sculpture into a game. Um, you can definitely sculpt more, or like you can sculpt in a way that doesn't add polygons. Um, but usually the sculptures for that retopology process, uh, which is useful. I think that there's a lot of value in being able to do that. Excuse me. But I do prefer polygonal or subdivision modeling. I think there's a fine line between proportional editing and sculpting. In a way, usually you can certainly use sculpting tools to manipulate a mesh, but when people refer to sculpting, usually they're doing a very polygon dense version, just in the verbiage of it. Seems that you need a tablet to sculpt. Yeah, I would say you definitely need one. Um, it'd be pretty hard to just use a mouse for sculpting. I tend to use a mouse just for texturing because you can kind of take your time doing it. But I certainly wouldn't use it for sculpting. This needs to be cleaned up right here. It's very messy right here. I get better curves with a tablet. Yeah. Like unless you're sitting there using like some sort of pen tool to really get super super precise and exact, like a Bezier curve or something. Uh, Also, thank you for the Bitcoin. I don't know if I thanked you for that, but thank you so much. Right. There we go. Something like that. And then we just want to smooth the lip into the mouth area, mouth cavity, which is right here-ish, I believe. So we're going to add a fill, a gradient. Bam. Oops. And we're going to move the lipstick over the mouth template. All right, so how's this work? Why is it white? I guess the lipstick is lighter. It's the shadow. Okay, so there's a shadow here too. All right, so I'll have to either remove the shadow or make it go into the mouth as well. That would be this shadow right here, which will duplicate, move over here. And let's give it a little bit more shadow. In fact, go all the way down. Now, what is this here? Switches to UV texture. Yeah, I like her dark eyes. It's kind of cool. All right, much better. Now let's adjust the mouth itself. We're going to make the base darker. Has anyone been watching anything good lately? Man, have I even watched any shows lately? I've been watching too much TikTok. Does that count? um, no, I haven't really been watching anything. Oh, also, Modasim, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. I don't have my sound on, apparently. But thank you. Been watching Sam. That's pretty good, I'd say. Thank you, Zoom. I am a TV show. I am a TV show. But I am looking forward to Young Sheldon lately. Nice, nice. I'm looking forward to what was it? Some sci-fi movies that are coming out that look pretty good. Surprisingly good. Demon Slayer season just finished was epic. Heck yeah. Era, hello, hello, welcome. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Moon Day. Danky. Paste this here. Move these. Grab this one. Down here. And something like that. So now the back of the mouth, it's got some shadowing as well. Oh, So hard to look at the mouth. Wait, no, I have a hold it out. There we go. Nice. Duplicate. Move this over to the tongue. We're just going to set this one to overlay, perhaps. Oh, that's a little odd. Multiply. Multiply. And balance back to 5. Nice. All right. One more. We got the teeth. Which we don't want this to be crazy strong. Just a little. So if I ever have you add my pet to my avatar, it may be pet soon. Oh, interesting. That'd be cool. A little follower kind of thing. How do you rig the mouth? So I actually do create a rig with Auto Rig Pro here for the mouth. So it's just a bunch of little bones in here that you weight paint. But the Auto Rig Pro kind of sets up all the movement for me, so to speak. And then I just go in and I can weight paint the boop, boop, individual little bones here. So basically, so it's weighted to the jaw and teeth. For the teeth, yes, the bottom teeth are weighted to the jawbone, which is right here, this one. And then there's a set of tongue bones, which have control handles that you can move around. Might be a little bit hard to see right now, but tongue bone. And then there's also bones for the teeth, which you can move them around, but rarely are they actually ever moved. Yeah, I do prefer making a rig over just doing shape keys because I can always I can save the animation. It's much harder to save a shape key. I was thinking shoulders, but VC face may get angry at any more things. Oh, that's cool. Look at a little animal on your shoulder. That's charming. I'd be interested in giving that a shot. I have yet to actually have made a pet or follower in VC Face or VR Chat. So that'd be a really fun thing to do. I always thought if there was some like logic to make pets fight with each other, that you could really just do like a whole Pokemon thing. It's hard to save a shape key. You can just save the value. So I've created a little script. Basically, when you with your armature modifier, with most modifiers, you can save a shape key from it. So it takes my animation, and then at certain points, these points right here, these frames, it will save a new shape key. So basically, I do my animation, and then save each of these into a shape key. So I have an animation for my rig that converts into a shape key, and it just matches whatever position the face was at that point. So for the blink, you got a blink there, left blink, right blink, etc. Like a pose, basically. But it's usually blend so used just for the face or alterations because you still have your skeleton. Technically, you could do it just all with bones. But once a shape key, it's not attached to the bones in any way. We can discuss it. Snake should be easy. I may be adopting a cat IRL or in Star Chat or in VC Face. So yeah, if I go back to here, right now this is just a shape key, so it's just the mesh moving. But I do also have a jawbone in my rig, and I can move that as well, which will move my mouth. Gives different results. And any sort of animations you'd want to use just bones for, you'd still want to do in Blender. IRL? Oh, heck yeah, that's awesome. I love cats. uh, Animations, you create animation clips, and then there's something called an animator, which is kind of the brains or logic behind which animation plays at whatever time you want. Um, and that's definitely a very involved thing because it's more like it's like a node based logic system. Um, Simple if you're doing simple things, but if you want to do complex things, it of course gets more complex. Which is just how it goes, I suppose. I do think that it is funny in the scheme of things how with uh Blender and this and that. Like walking, do you need a walk cycle for every character? No. So VR chat does have a standard or default set of uh, animations it provides, which is handy. Um, so you can rely on those for standard stuff. But there are a lot of resources out there to create a new set of animations. Correct. You can make it if you want, but they do have like a base starting point, which can save you time for sure. Um, how do people make mouth move when someone talks? So those it just triggers specific shape keys here. Um, so those are that's part of the animations that I've made are these shape keys. You can see that they're named VR chat, and it looks specifically for these names and sets them up. And yeah, additionally, Era is correct. It looks for the mouth and then adjusts it based on what vowel shape it thinks you're saying. May not always get it perfect, but it's pretty good. Um, it's pretty good. Yeah, I think I can't wait for better face tracking. I talk about that frequently, but I would love for every headset to have face tracking or face or eye tracking, that kind of thing. I think that would just be spectacular. Analyzes the audio, basically. It's just doing a pretty solid guess of what vowel sound you're making. Like ah, ooh, eh, those kinds of sounds. PSVR uses eye tracking. I'm jealous. Very jealous. But I can't afford a PlayStation and and their headset. Zoom was just saying he's getting face and eye tracking soon as well for the index. Correct. It's built into VR chat. Yeah, so this is the avatar descriptor here, and this is the lip sync. Um, so right now there's nothing set up, but I just tell it, find those shape keys that I made in it. Boom. It sets them up. So this is the list that it's looking for the shapes that it is listening for. And then when it thinks it hears that shape, it plays that shape key. All right, that's way too dark on the lip there. Also, the color is not coming through at all. So what? Lipstick. The shadow in the lipstick. This one. It's a little tricky. I need to hide that. Or no. Wait, is this the one? Oh, gotcha. I need to hide this one. And I guess the ones in here too. Let's just see what that looks like really quick. Oh. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. How many shapes do I have in there? I think it's about 20. And it does include the expressions for the character as well. Something about the template. User mask. User 1. Looks like we do in fact want to include this in user 1. These two. Okay. Oh. I think there's a 10 or so. But they have a list. If you Google VRChat Visemes, it does have a specific list it's looking for. Let's see. I don't need all of those. Oh, interesting. Looks like we need to reset the mask for the here. Bam. All right, that is better. But yeah, it's this many. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Has to do with the headset. That's if you're doing face tracking. Lip sync is a little different. So there's definitely some nuance there. What is the color? Something about the rim light. Yes, that's exactly it. It's not headset specific. That's just the list that they're using. Oh, duh, of course, the reflections and specular. There we go. Correct. Yeah, it's on Quest's website, but they are using that list for all the lip syncing across all headsets. Make this a little bit less smooth, reflective on the inside, I think. There we go. That looks a lot better. Still want the mouth to be a little bit darker. It's more like a convention. Like that's the list they want you to use, but across every headset, they're using that same setup and looking for those same sounds. The lipstick. Yeah. I would still want the lips to be a little darkened here. I suppose not black. Let's set this to overlay and turn it back on. Just lessen it. Something like that. It's still there. We'll give it some color. I've used some of them together to get it down to 9. Less is better when you do manual lip syncing. That's why I appreciate VR chat. It definitely takes the manual aspect out of it. And there are some Blender add-ons out there too that can do a similar thing, where you can give it a snippet of audio and tell it and a series of animations, or the lip sync animations, and you tell it, okay, create keyframes from this audio. Thing. It's not mocap. It's just a mocap is derived from video. This is purely from audio. Correct. A little bit. Let's go to the color view. I'd still prefer it to be a little bit darker. So let's still multiply it. Yeah, let's try that. Oh, actually, before I do though, we still want the mouth template, the shadows here. Do you want to take the roughness out of the mouth? It's overlapping. Bam. Did you want to see a picture of the cat I'm trying to adopt, Sam? Heck yeah. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. Oh. But yeah, I'm super excited with doing it manual. Always looks better. Oh yeah. I mean, it's a matter of polishing. But I am excited for VR chat uh, because I do think that you can get motion capture. You can get motion capture directly out of. This might be laggy. Directly out of VR chat, and so I'm hoping to do some animations at some point by extracting motion capture uh, from VR chat. Oh, look at that cat. Dummy. Dummy. Very cute. Looks very soft. Well, I hope that adoption goes well. I'm sure it will, but okay, I need to stop hitting save on Substance Painter. Ugh. Imagine being deemed unfit to own a cat. There are some people out there, but that's pretty few and far between. Never ever have an animal. The normals are so odd in the corner of the mouth there. Quite sure what to do about that though. Let's see if we go to sculpt mode. I can smooth this. I don't know if that's going to do what I want it to. I can also just smooth out the shape keys to have the base mesh working correctly. So something like that. There we go. Ah. Yep, let's back that up. If I go to no, I can do, what can I do? I can turn on and when I edit it here, address partition, relative to basis. Here we go. My shape key there. Okay, so now I'm editing the basis, but this one is the what's being applied. Okay, perfect. So let's see if we can do something here. It still looks super messed up. We're gonna have to redo this. It came out okay. You ever want better hardware while you work? Absolutely. The more I use UE5, the more I feel like I need upgrades. Yeah, I've been using a lot of Stable Diffusion stuff lately, and it's like if I just had a better graphics card, it would take me half the time to do the things I've been trying to do. Okay, let's undo the changes I just made. And we're going to go back to, we're going to delete all our shape keys. We're going to go back to adding the animation. And let's go to which I believe is a 110. 150. You've been doing stuff locally with what kind of data? I've just been making images, uh, trying to mess around and get them applied onto uh, make like AI avatars basically. Just some like, just seeing how that works. Yeah, this is totally different here. Wait, smooth. Actually, let's do. Okay, now they're exactly mirrored. But yeah, I'm making like images It's very fun. It just takes a while. Are you using pre-made models? No. Well, I mean, there's some rigs that I and base models that I'm starting with, but a lot of times I still end up editing the mesh, so I wouldn't say that they're pre-made. Still a lot of hand editing. Back up a few steps here. I want to make sure that the smooth I'm using is for selected bones. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Oh, gotcha. Pre-made models. Yes. Yeah. I think it's a Rev animated is the one I've been messing around with the most lately. Um, I don't really have any preference. I don't really know too much difference of the differences with them or anything like that. Yeah, the wait time, if I had like a 4090 or whatever, it would take me like half a second to make these images. Um, but they do take like a whole minute sometimes, which is really slow working. Because like, oh, I want to generate 4 images. And then it takes 4 minutes every time you want to do something, which adds up super quick. But I'm sure that by the end of the year, they'll be all be super quick or something. The rate all this progress is going. All right. And then, all right, so that rigging should be a little bit better. Yeah. The corners of the mouth were just not working quite right. Pre-made ones are usually general purpose and they are expensive. Oh, the control net stuff is what's really been exciting me. I've been using that a ton because, well, first it gives you a lot of control. Yeah, look at that. All right, much better. Much better. Much cleaner there. Still a little odd, but improved. I think we just need to see if we can get the normal smooth or something. See how that, whatever texture I'm using for this anisotropic, I'm going to go here and find it. Lips, lip lines. We'll add a gradient here, set it to multiply, which I believe should hide it. Well, I'm upside down. Okay. I'm upside down. Let's go mask. There we go. I think that's what we want. Now we'll go from this side in. No, it's multiplies what we want. Okay. That balance this way. That should remove it from the very corner of the mouth. Then we'll want to do the same thing over here. There we go. Hello, Cherry Blossom. Welcome. Hello, how are you doing? We're doing some fixes to a mouth right now, so welcome. Where is it? Should have a mask view. Doing well, hubby. I'm doing quite well. Excited to be working today. Making a lot of good stuff. Surviving. Making it through this week. Looks like it's already be well removed. All right, let's do that. Add a paint layer. Set it to set the brush to UV texture. Yeah. But I hope you're having an amazing start to your week as well. Oh yes, hello, Era. Oh, okay. Sketch request. I like that. Let me write that down. Bam. I like that. Do you have any specific inspiration? And there's something odd happening here. Okay, so the corner of the mouth normals, that's just we are expecting, I guess. Jompers. Hello, Durgan. Oh, hey there, Silent. Hello, hello. Princess Era becoming a reality. I like that shirt you had, but I want the sleeve tattoo to be showing, so maybe half sleeve on one side version of that. Otherwise, I'm gonna say go up. Heck yeah. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Well, I'm excited. That'll be fun to put together. I do have to run to the restroom really quick. I'll be right back. Go on, just 1 moment. I'm back. I'm back. All right. So everyone say, "Oh, is it going well?" Yeah, Era's gonna get a cat. Let me show off the cat. Well, here is the cat, potentially adopted cat with a fuzzy tongue. Fuzzy tongue. Pooh. Yeah, a good cat. A good kitty. So I'm gonna delete all the shape keys again, and fix. Journey home once more. Until later. Sounds good, Zoom. Travel safely. Hope to catch you later this my afternoon, your evening. But travel safe. Fuzzy cam. Oh, I'm back. You just have to point it out and it fixes itself. I'm glad that Black Cat is being adopted. They don't seem to be adopted more. It's weird that some people think they're superstitious. But I think they just look like a little void with big eyeballs. Does it separate the body? Well, that way I can do symmetry and fix this. It does. Okay, so straighten that out. In fact, let's go to the frame 150. And just fucking spell that. I think I'm going to. just does not look right. Always just mirror it again to make sure it's exact. That's true. Hoping for a shoulder cat. I may or may not be a pagan in some regular, in some regards. So tropes galore. I feel very safe in assuming that I will just be a cat lady in my old age. I'll have like 8 cats or something, and 1 Pomeranian because I love Pomeranians. I think they're goofy. Mesh normals, reset vectors. It is a quick fade. Where is it? There. All right, that looks better. Let's see how that looks in with shape keys. So recombine, Control J, hit it with the shape key maker, but save and export. Bada boom. Yeah, if I had a pug, no, not a pug, Pomeranian on one shoulder, and then a black cat on the other shoulder, my life would be complete. There we go. That's better. Still looks odd, but I think that might be the animation shape key itself. I need to bring in the side of the lips. Or maybe it's the weight painting now. So let's go back up a few steps. Make it separate. Go here. Check the weight painting. That looks pretty good. What do I need to change then? I need to change the animation itself. So if we go to 150, that's this one. These just need to go like in. It's just that they kind of go out like a fish. Like a fish. Like a fish. could certainly explain some of the weirdnesses. One more time. Combine. Make the shape keys. Save. And export. Bam. All right. Sandstorm. All right, so I think the texture still looks off. But what about it is making it look so funky? So texturing. Let's go to our anastrophic texture. Go to paint. Go to mask. I mean, it's pretty much removed completely. Save. Let's look at the other side over here. This gradient, push it back a ways. Bring in the balance. Export again. Save. And not export. Okay, so it's not the anistropic then. But the lipstick itself, or the lip material. So if I go here, did that help? No, it's just still really weird reflection here. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know. I mean, it's not like that. This expression is going to be happening all the time. It's only when Been eating the gloss, yeah. Hmm. Boom, boom, boom. So when the mouth opens, I feel like there's just too much. Wait here, it should stretch more. There's also a weird little divot there. Maybe what I should do is get here. It's better. Let's go to 150. Okay. Fine again. Boom. It's weird that you just want to get it perfect. Just want the inside of the lip looking great. Okay, that definitely looks improved. Oh, it still looks really bad though when it opens. Okay, so it's got to be a texture thing then. If that's the case, then I am going to go back up. I'm going to revert to my previous version. Fine. A little bit further back. Face rigged version. I'm going to stick with my original mesh. All right, so we overwrote that. Now we're back here. And all that really was different was just animation itself. Do we have shape keys? No, not yet. All right. So hopefully we can fix this nonsense. I definitely don't like that. Shit. So the main difference is the location of these. Okay, fine. Open. My cat's yelling, guys. What the heck? I always get stuck on something like this. Fine. Save. Turn here. Also, the teeth are still inside out. This should fix that, though. All right, better. You know, I can't say that from a distance I would even know that this is weird. Swap out the... Okay. If I reset the vectors here, that's different. Possible to say. You know what? I think I'm just overthinking it. Maybe that was it. Just having that cheek slightly pulling on the edge. Something else looks really good. Oh, it's even less pull. The normals still fucked. Yeah. Okay. So just that little just mouth corner, this section right there. Now, I know it's not the texture because I can swap it and it still looks like that. So it is the mesh normals. There is another thing that affects the mesh normals, which is import settings for the model. We have legacy blend shape imports. Normal set to import. Almost fine. I'm just gonna try that. No difference. This doesn't matter. So that's not going to affect it. Has to be done in Blender. Has to be done in Blender. It is just a matter of going in and sculpting it out. All right, so select the body, separate it. Whew, excuse me. All right. I feel like that maintains the look well, without it being mega busted. Or changing what the resting pose is. Okay. So let's try again. Combine. Delete all shape keys. Rebake. Export again. Boom. Just want the lips to be perfect. Perfect. Or at least just not have this. Yay. All right, that is better. Much better. Okay. Perfect. So mouth rigging complete. And we did also smooth out the textures. The textures in mouth look a lot better. Shadow in the back. Let's make sure to update our materials. Sometimes they don't do that properly. We go to here and we choose our user 1 map. One thing I'd like to add to this is in the mouth template. I'm going to copy this one, go up to this mask, hit user 1, boom, and paste this mask so that it's not affecting back of the throat. I think that's what we want. Now it should be actually dark and black. And then we'll also take, must be this one, the tongue. The teeth are already excluded, so yeah. Okay, so I think we have done the rigging. We did add the skin normals. And we got the mouth transition. I think that's it right there. It's the final step at this point. And just make sure the reflections have updated. Yeah, it's definitely dark now. Yay. That feels good. Okay. Now, next time, close chat. We can add Fizzbones to ears, and we need to rig the hair. Okay. Let's go ahead and make a copy. Say, boom, lips, fixed. And it's an interesting way to do it because open the mouth on an animation key, sculpt the changes we want, and then close it and sculpt again, and you kind of get something that compromises between those two frames, which makes sense, but good. It's actually a pretty useful process. All right, let's grab the hair, separate the hair, and then select just the rig. So we're just looking at this. And what we want to do is create some nice bones. So to do that, we'll go to this layer here, hit Shift A. Lurkin and twerkin. And this will be CC underscore hair parent. Duplicate it. We'll set this one to no deform, and then this will be rest hair. We'll say bangs. Right here. This will be this little section. There. All right. Perfect. And then parent it to here, keep offset. And we'll want to do the same with these ones. And just have to do it later. All right. And then we'll just say there. And this we're going to use for some of these other tufts, but we'll just use 2. Hello, Jordan. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. How is your Monday going? Sea anemone. It does look a bit like one. It's wasting time at work. Ideal. I like that. Should just wait it, see how it goes. At least gonna call, so waiting. Interesting. What do you do to be on call for? Like just chilling or just waiting for something to happen? Blender, visualize, envelope. Let's stand. What are you doing? What are you doing? So apparently I should be able to visualize the bone envelopes. Envelope. Now, can I increase the size of these envelopes? distance property. Oh, interesting. Then we'll try weighting from bones. So back to B bones for the viewport, or octahedral. Octohedral. Then, yeah, that's much nicer. Usually it's such a huge pain to get these to work together. The more you know, the more you learn. All right. The one bone that we do want to change the influence on now is actually the head. And what we'll do is we'll go from the side and we'll just kind of weight it out. This manner. And then weights, smooth. Combine. And export. What are you doing? Cat's just sitting in my bathroom screaming. Cats. Goofy. Goofy kitty cats. Those are some goofy, goofy kitty cats. Great. Great. Create the bone. Let's say PB hair. Add Fizzbone to the hair parent. That it's a little hard to see with the white. Let's hit play and see how it moves. Oh, come here. Oh, come here, you goofy baby. You goofy baboon. You goofy, goofy baby. There you go. Nice. I actually think the hair looks pretty good. The bone envelope method worked pretty well. Bonvelope. think we just want to kind of lower its pull so it's kind of wavy. A little bit more. Something right about there. A little bit of immobile. I see the tip of one of the. Okay, so we'll want to go through and just verify that not all of them are stretching. Some things are not moving correctly in the hair, but overall it looks good. Let's just copy the component and paste it here. Save that. And we want to go to the hair layer, grab the hair bone, and rotate them just to see what's stretching. Interesting overlap here. But it's not shearing like the other one did, so it should be okay. Oops, did not want to open Photoshop. No Photoshop. that's no good. It's going into the head. So we do want to make sure that's not happening. And it makes sense that that'd be a consequence of the bone envelopes because it would go straight through the roots. So just want to wait it out like this. Same here. Just shouldn't affect anything too close to the scalp. Basically the roots of any of this hair. Actually, and then select just the root ones and say smooth. Just once. All right, export again. Boom. Ba, 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 da, da. Welcome back. Hello, hello. We're getting the hair working right. Getting that hair working right. Like some of it should move more than it is. This little section here. That's about it, though. They are included in it, so they're just not moving with this, I guess. Confused by that. Should be moving now. Bada boom. We are going to add a Fizzbone Collider to the head. And for the hair, we'll add that to our collider list. Also, of course, give it some amount of collision radius. A little bit bigger. Now my hope is that the hair won't be able to go into the head. Just stop outside of it. Yeah, much better. All right. So now we've done the hair, and we can also add the ears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 3 more I can add, which will leave me with just 1 more that I can add. Unless I decide to combine the ears. And do I need any more of them? I think so. Well, if I do, I can change that. Sweet bones. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It never stop. Never stop. Anytime you want something to move. Bone. These ones will be animated. Tomorrow we'll do the expressions. Or later today, after lunch, we'll do the expressions. Oh. For now, we're going to open Substance Painter once again. All right, we want to get the ear done now. Basically, I just want more detail to pop out of it, out of that ear. So in order to do that, we're going to use ambient occlusion to our advantage. So let's make a template. Drop it here. People say here, shadow. And we'll set that to multiply. Add a generator, ambient occlusion. Grab that, invert it. All right, so now we can see that it is getting a shadow effect in there. Which looks quite good. Or better. Definitely gives it some contrast it was desperately needing. But we will also add a paint. Set the paint to multiply. And then we will select everything. Now we can paint it back on. As we see fit. Just definitely filling in that section. Something to that effect. Make it a little bit darker. Maybe something like that. A little lighter. And then also give it back that blur. So get rid of any of the ray tracing look. And I think the red is too much. Let's just make it just dark, just a shadow effect. Slap on some ambient occlusion as well. And just looking at it one more time, we do have this balance option. Kind of pull some more. And let's export. All right, a little darker. I think that helps. Yeah. All right. Pocket texture. So now comes the decision, do I keep the pocket? Do I get rid of it? Because right now it doesn't look like anything at all. We have this little thing here. Let me put up our reference. Pinterest. Bomber jacket pocket. Make it so you can pull it out. Pull out the pocket. Excuse me. It's like almost always at some kind of vertical line. So I think we'll try that. See the comment about stick a phone in it. Oh, gotcha. I would if it wouldn't mirror. Unfortunately, it's going to end up on both sides. Excuse me. Needs two phones. Double texting. Double the TikTok. Ooh, excuse me. Just keep it simple, I guess. Something like that. Not gonna get too crazy with it right now. Loading. Export and save. Whew. Has to be the usual suspect. All right. What the? Has to be the deacons. Just want to merge them again. Like it's a little annoying to make changes as time goes on, but it's not too bad. Oh yeah, and then we would want the bra mask. So we change the color of the bra as well. And after that, we will just do once. After that, I get sleepy. Clothing. Let's go to edit, export textures for the clothing template here. 5. We have 3 masks. Perfect. 0, 1, and 2. Perfect. That's what I like to see. So then we'll add user 2. And in here, base color. Yeah, let's do this one. Black. Then bra. Boom. Boom. Check out user 2. Bada boom. Export textures. Ooh, I'm getting hungry. 20 minutes and we will be going on lunch. Ooh. About 20 more minutes and then it will be lunchtime. Decal here. Tile. Oh, hi. Who's run? Perfect. Now we can tweak the color here, which is nice because we can do red. Bam. And then we do a hue shift, change it to whatever color we want. This just goes, how intense do you want the color change? And what color should it be? Nice. Hue angle power. What does that mean? I try this up. Red angle power. Whoa. Well, that's a thing. Pretty cool. Pretty odd. Certainly interesting. All right, so we made the mask. Now let's get that start renaming some, getting everything ready for making animations, because that's what's next. Let's start renaming these. I like it. And for the animations, so we'll have clothing toggles. We'll have color radials for each item. For actually, it's for a jacket, bra, pants, hair, and eyes. So quite a few, which is awesome. I think that's good. That's all I can think now. That's pretty much it for the toggles. Clothing toggles, the clothing variations, when it comes to animations. Oh, and then of course expressions, but it's kind of a given. Write it down anyway, so I don't forget. All right. Let's apply these to character. So we have the view. Let's go set that up. Boom, boom, boom. Move this right up there. I might make her a little bit smaller. She's pretty tall right now. Get the eyes up. Arm. All of them need to be flipped 90 degrees. Say 80, just 10 degrees, 100, and 110. Left. Usually it's negative 25. That looks perfect. Then we'll want to have the look up, look down, but we don't want to use the blink here, because it will fuck shit up. It's also fucking up our look up, look down, so I'll have to go back into Blender and reset those. Do that right now. So basically, I make shape keys for her eyes to look up and down, but the eyeballs themselves shouldn't actually move. Go our shape keys. Hey, follow Isa Khan. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Working on my avatar June right now. And, appreciate the follow. Feel free to ask any questions. Thank you for coming by. So right here we have the lookup and down, which we will reset. Drink water. Here we go. Also, you are the 469th. Nice. Or follower. Something you should be proud of. Noise. Noise. Special number. A holy number. But yeah, we've got her in Blender here, but we're sending some of the changes we just made back out to Unity. Hopefully. Sometimes it takes a little bit. Also, okay, good. That's what it should be. But this is what she looks like with all her materials and stuff. Very pleased with how she's looking. Oh yeah, we should be able to change her skin too. The look up and look down now work correctly. Oh. Here we go. Okay, things are looking good. We'll do confident, calm for the eye behavior. And let's drop in these animators and the expressions. Menu and parameters. Bada boom. Okay. Awesome. This is coming together pretty quickly. I'm going to go ahead and now grab the... Oh, interesting. All should have the correct animations for the hands. We'll figure it out in a second. Okay, for now, we make the expression animations. So go in here, make a folder, expressions, drop this in there, and apply onto our avatar the FX layer, and we'll make our animation. Window. Like that. Select June. Also open up our animator. In our neutral expression, we can drop this clip right there. Boom. Okay. Now that we have the clip, I can record the body expressions. Let's take a look at them as we do them, just to review. Them right there. It gets up close, gets that Giga Chad look. Kind of warps her face a little bit. There we go. All right, so neutral we don't need, but angry looks good. Happy looks good. Sad These look really good. Fusion. Shock. Flirty. Tongue out. Doesn't have a shape key yet. Blep. And that's it. All right. Okay. So that's just the start. Now we have all the clips or all the values we want in the clip. And there are 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's 8 of them. So we'll duplicate this 8 times. Perfect. Then go ahead, rename them, and change the value accordingly. Oops. Change the value. So in the future, as long as I have my naming conventions correct, I shouldn't have to make these clips again. I should just be able to duplicate them from someone else and rename them. Ideally. All right, now we can apply them to each of these clips. Angry, sad, happy, flirty, confusing, surprising, blip, and tongue out, even though that doesn't exist just yet. All right. Okay, so those are it. We can cross that up. Expressions. And need ear animations. Okay, so the other thing we'll add is that on certain expressions, we're going to make the ears move. Oh, my camera's messed up. That'll look really good. That will give a lot of character when it's like angry and the ears get low, or sad and happy, they'll like go up. It'd be cute and worthwhile. So we'll be adding those, but I think we're going to do that after lunch. So it is just about noon my time. And if anyone's new here, is Izukano. I do split my day up into 2 streams. So I'm going to be ending the first stream now. So I go eat lunch, work out and stuff. Everyone who's a regular here knows the drill. But if you haven't followed me yet, definitely hit that follow button. I certainly appreciate you all coming by. Izukano, Era, we had Jordan earlier, Zoom, Silek, Cherry Blossom, Coinmonger, quite a few people. Thank you for my morning. Thanks for getting Monday off to a great start. Looking forward to seeing you in about an hour and a half. So yeah, see you then. I will have a good lunch. Thank you both. And I hope you have a great time. In the meantime, see you all very soon. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye.